Good morning, students. I welcome you all in my English class. So, how are you people? And I'm happy that many of you are sending your holiday homework and the work which I'm giving you when we are in touch with each other on online teaching. Okay. And students, was teaching you tenses, and two tenses I have completed with you, that is simple present tense and present continuous. I was doing students the present perfect tense. Okay, so children, let me revise with you what is a tense. Tense is a time of action and degree of completeness of an action. This both terms I have discussed in my previous video related with tense. Okay, so you should know what is the time of an action. You should also know about degree of completeness of an action. Then children, we have discussed that there are three types of major tenses are there, that is present, past and future. In present tense we are having four types of tenses related with present tense, that is simple present tense and present indefinite. Then children, we will come to present continuous. The third which we are going to do today, just now I'm going to start, is the present perfect tense and of course present perfect continuous tense. Similarly children, we will take past tense after that. There are two names of the other name is also there for simple past tense. So the first tense of past tense is simple past tense. Children, the other name is past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense. The second is past continuous, third is past perfect continuous, and past perfect. What is the fourth one? Children, past perfect continuous tense. So the fourth one will be the past perfect continuous tense, right? And then similarly we will have the same pattern we will be having in the future tense also, simple future or future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, right? So I'm with the first tense, okay, that is present tense. And student, I have started. I think I've told you about the uses. Okay, and once again I will be revising the uses of the present perfect tense because it is a very important tense and used in everyday life. Okay, and then I will be doing the sentence structure of this tense. So first children, you can see I've written also present perfect tense, and I will be telling about the uses of this tense. So children, present perfect tense is used when an action, okay, when any action is there and that action is completed. So this is the first use of present perfect tense. When an action is there and when that action is completed, that is a first use of present perfect tense, right? Like Rekha has eaten apples. She's already eaten those apples. And children, eaten means, that means that work is completed, that action is completed. What is the action here? Eating of the apple. Okay, so the first use of the present perfect tense is an action which is completed at the time of speaking. Okay, completed at the time of speaking. Like Rekha has eaten apples. She has completed her action. What is her action? Eating of the apples, and that has been done. Rakesh has completed his work. That work is completed by Rakesh. Okay. Now children, the second use of present perfect tense, children, it expresses an action that began in the past uncompleted at the present time. Some action you have started, like you people must have started reading some novels, okay, and that action is completed at the present time. That means the action has started in the past, okay, and that action is completed in the present time. Then children, then which tense you will use? You will use present perfect tense. Example, I have read the story of Charles Dickens. Or you can say, I have read that book Kidnapped written by Charles Dickens. That means you had started reading the novel Kidnapped in the past, and now you have completed. You have completely read that novel. You have finished reading that novel. That action is completed in the present. So again, this is the second use of present perfect tense. That means the action you have done has started in the past and is completed in the present. That means the work is finished, the work is done, the work is completed at the time of the speaking. Right? Now children, third, it expresses an action. The third uses of present perfect tense, that it expresses an action which happened at the past at an indefinite time. We either know the time of its happening or we don't mention it. Okay. Children, we know at what time, but we don't mention it. That means the action has happened in the past. Okay. And action has happened in the past. That action, we know the time, but that time is not mentioned here. Okay. And that happened in the past at an indefinite time. That means we know the time, but that time is not mentioned here in the sentences or while we speak. We either know the time of its happening or we don't mention it. We know the time, but we don't mention the time. Okay. For example, the man has helped me. And children, remember in present perfect tense, I told you we always use the third form of the verb, that is past participle. Third form of the verb is known as past participle. Right? So the man has helped me. The man has helped me. Here children, you can see helped. Has helped is in present perfect tense. That means a person is there who has been helping you. You know the time, others don't know. And you did not mention that time while speaking. Okay. And that help, whatever help was doing to you, that has been completed. So what you will hear, what tense you will use? Present perfect tense. The man has helped me. That means you know the time, you know the action when he had started helping you, and now that help has been finished. So here we use present perfect tense. Okay. Then children, I have seen the Taj Mahal. I have seen the Taj Mahal. That means children, you visited Taj Mahal. You know the time. You know the exact time, month, everything. But you are not mentioning that time when you are speaking. And that action is completed. You have seen the Taj now. So with this, if this type of sentence is there, children, we use present perfect tense. Right? Then children, indirectly we express an action which began in the past and has continued up to the present. Okay. Sometimes children, the action is happened in the past and is still continue. Like we have lived in Mumbai since 2019. We have lived in Mumbai since 2019. That means the action has started in the past, but still your that action is still there. Okay. And you have to use for and since, right? Then children, some of the words we use, like I have already discussed with you in my previous video, like children, already, yet, despite, now, just, there are many words, etc. Just as, so there are many words are there, that's why I'm writing here, etc. Okay, and students, these words, if they are there in the sentence, then children, in 99% this will be the case of present perfect tense. Like, I have done my work. But if you will see, if this is written here, I have already, look at this sentence. Children, read this sentence, what I've written here. I dash have already do will be the verb my work. That means I have, because already is there, so which you have to write here done. Done V3. Okay. I have already done my work. So then why you have written past tense here? You have used present perfect tense here because it already is the word used here. He is yet not, he has yet not given his resignation. Somebody asked to resign, and children, why you have written present perfect tense? Because the word yet is there. So children, if word like already, yet, now, just as these words will be there, so children, you have to write that in present perfect tense, right? So I have given you 4 and 5 uses of present perfect tense. I have revised with you, and now children, we will come to the sentence structure. So I will be starting with positive sentence structure. Positive or sentence structure is positive, or another word of positive is affirmative. Positive sentence is also known by affirmative sentence. Now children, I told you what is the sentence structure of positive sentence. It is subject plus has oblique have plus V3 plus object. What is the subject? The noun or pronoun which comes before the verb, that is subject. Noun or pronoun which comes after the verb, that is a object. Don't forget, and I will keep on revising this, because the more I will revise with you, the more it will be stored in your memory. Okay. So students, the children, the first formula of positive or affirmative sentence, I've written it. Subject plus has plus have plus V3 plus object. And children, let me tell you where we use has. With the third person singular, we always use has. Third person singular, we always use has. What is third person singular? He, she, it, any name, any singular thing. Any name, any singular thing. So it is third person singular. Okay. Now, students, so I will be giving you the example, okay, related with positive or affirmative sentences. Okay. So example, he has done his work. So here he is subject. Sorry, you have to write here has. So you can see here another example. You have completed your project. So you is a subject, have is the student, have here, with you we always use have, then here completed is V3 and project is object. So you can see here, children, you can see it here. Okay. So I have told you about the sentence structure of the present perfect tense of positive or affirmative sentences. Now student, I will be telling you the sentence structure of negative sentences of the present perfect tense. So negative. Now we will come to the negative sentence. Okay. So negative, children, subject plus has oblique have plus V3 plus object. Okay. Subject plus has oblique has or have plus third form the verb plus object. Okay. And of course you cannot forget this is negative. We are forgotten here to write not. Now it is correct. Subject plus has oblique have plus not plus V3 plus object. Okay. So example, Sita has not done her work. Sita here is subject, then has not plus V3 plus object. Sita has not done her work. Sita has not done her work. Negative sentence, isn't it? Sita has not completed her work. Then let's take the subject here. He has not gone to see movie. He is the subject here. Has not, negative sentence. That's why we are using not here. Gone, third form the verb, and student, he has not gone to see movie. Okay, so this is negative sentence. Now I will come to the interrogative sentence. Okay, I will write the formula of interrogative sentence. What is the interrogative sentence? In interrogative sentence, children, we ask question. I think you all know. So I'm going to write the formula for interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentence. Okay. Now, then what is the formula for interrogative sentence? Has oblique have. Oblique children here means or has or have plus subject plus V3 plus object. Has or have plus subject plus V3 plus object. Okay. So children, this is the formula for interrogative sentences. And children, I can just see. Have you gone to see movie? Have you gone to see movie? So student, I was telling you about interrogative sentence. Have you gone to see movie? You can see in the interrogative sentence, the sentence always start with has or have. With I, it will start with have. Have I seen the movie? Have I seen the movie? With you also we use have. Have you seen the movie? Right? Then children, with third form, this third person singular. Has he seen the movie? Has he seen the movie? Okay, now children, the major change takes place in third person singular, because with third person singular, we never write have. We never add have with them. What do we add? What do we put with them? We always put has with them. Okay, we always put has with them. Okay. So, student, has she gone to see movie? Has Kanchana has gone to see movie? Okay. Now, Has Ravi gone to see movie? So you can see with the third person singular I'm using have. With I have used have. With we have. With you have. Have children has gone to see movie. Have students has gone to the picnic. Okay. So children, you can see that the uses of has and have change according to the subject. Just remember children, has is used with third person singular. That's all. And with other, what do we have? What do we use? We always use student, this thing. I mean to say children, we always use have. With I we use have. With we use have. With you we use have. Okay. With they we use have. So you don't forget, this is very important. Now, children, the last one is interrogative negative sentence. So here you only have to go. So student, I was telling you about interrogative negative sentence. Now children, what is the interrogative sentence? I think you all know. But what is the interrogative negative sentence? You should also know. Children, when the interrogative sentence, when we use no or not, that turns into interrogative negative sentences. Like, have you read the book? This is the interrogative sentence. Have you read the book? But if you will change into interrogative negative, what you will say? Have you not read the book till now? Have you not read the book? So this is interrogative negative. Have you completed that project? Have you completed your homework? Have you not completed your homework? So you can see the difference, children. One is interrogative sentence. Have you completed your work? Have you completed your homework? But if I will say, have you not completed your work? So this will be interrogative negative. Okay, so now I hope this is clear to you. Many people were confused. Okay, that in online classes when I was teaching, many people to ask me, ma'am, what is the difference between interrogative negative and interrogative sentence? So I hope now it is clear to you. Now children, here I will give some examples. Have I not stitched? Has Seema not completed her homework? So children here, have or has, this is subject, here this is subject, then not, and then children stitch, V3, third form the verb. This is also completed, is also third form of the verb, and this is object. Children, sometimes children you should remember, sometimes object is not given. Okay, but subject is a must, because if subject will not be there, you won't be able to write has or have. So subject is a very important thing. But object sometimes children it is skipped. We don't have to put object. In many sentences are there where we don't use object. Okay. So children, I have also completed the present perfect tense. I hope you have understood, and if not, then we will discuss in the online classes, right? But children, this was in detail, and I hope children you should, if you have any confusion, see this video again and everything will be clear to you, right? Now children, the last tense of the present tenses, and that is, I know you all know it. Is it, I think it is, which tense is that? The present perfect continuous tense. What a big name, the present perfect continuous tense. Now you must be thinking, children, how can this be possible? Because in continuous tense, the action is continuing at the time of speaking, and in present tense, the action is completed at the time of speaking. So don't you feel it is strange? Isn't it? How can present perfect continuous can be a name given to that? Because present and perfect continuous, perfect and continuous are the two opposite things. In continuous tense, student, I told you that the work is, children, the work happens at the time of speaking. The work continues at the time of speaking. While as in present tense, children, what happened? The work is completed at the time of speaking. So don't you think these are the two opposite things? And then you will be surprised that how can this be possible? But then everything is possible in this word only. Only you have to understand it. So, children, I'm going to discuss the last part of the perfect tense, and that is the present perfect continuous tense. So, children, first I will be telling you about the uses of this tense. There are not many uses, but there are, children, few uses, some uses are there, and that I will be telling you. So, children, first of all, children, an action or work, an action or work that started in the past, and is still continuing at the time of speaking. I hope you understood this. Okay. An action, okay, this tense is used to express an action which began in the past, which started in the past, and it is still continue at the time of speaking. Still continued. Okay. So children, once again I revise. Okay, an action or verb it started in the past and it still continues. Okay, but then one thing before teaching this tense, I would like to tell you a very important thing. Otherwise, you will be confused. Two words is always used with present perfect continuous tense, and these two are since and for. Without this, the sentence will be incomplete. In fact, there will be no sentence related with present perfect continuous if since or for will not be written. Now, children, before explaining the other use, I think I should tell you that where we use since and where we use for. Okay. So, children, since is used for point of time, that is exact time. Where do we use since? Since is used with point of time. So, since is used with point of time. If you want, you can note it, children. Point of time, that is exact time, right? At 2 o'clock, at noon, in the morning. So these are the points of time, right? But children, when the period of time is there, for is used with period of time. For is used with period of time, like for several years, for 5 years, or for 6 years. Okay. So children, once again I revise. For is used with student period of time, and since is used with point of time. Okay. Since Monday, since 2 o'clock, since Friday, in the morning. I start taking my class in the morning. So in the morning is not a period of time. In the morning is a point of time. So since is used with point of time, and children, for is used with period of time. So this, if you will forget this, then you will be, your sentence, whatever you will be writing, it will wrong. So please always remember the use of since. Once again I repeat, since is used with point of time and for is used with period of time. Okay. So children, we have got only one uses of this tense, that is an action that is started in the past and it is still continuing, only that. Okay. And we always use since and for. And since now there is a lack of time, the time is over, and in my next video I will be telling you about the formula for or sentence structure for the present perfect continuous tense. With this I end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.